So, here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with the unboxing itself, then move into the physical setup. After that, we'll power it on for the first time and run through calibration. Then we'll get the filament and software ready to go, kick off that very first print, and wrap it all up with some pro tips to make sure you're successful from day one. Let's get to it. All right, first things first, we have to get this beautiful machine out of its box. And the key word here is safely. We're going to take our time and do it right so nothing gets damaged before we even plug it in. And this is just fantastic common sense advice. It's so tempting to just go wild with a box cutter, but seriously, take it easy. A little bit of patience right now is going to save you from that horrible feeling of scratching your new printer. Bamboo's packaging is actually super clever. All you have to do is cut the tape on the top flaps, then pull out those foam corners you see. Now, look on the sides of the box. You'll find the handles for the inner bag taped down. Free those up, put the box on the floor, and just lift straight up. The entire printer slides right out. It's that easy.
Okay, now for what I like to call the red arrow hunt. The printer is locked down with a bunch of screws to keep it safe during shipping. Our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to find all of them and get them out.
All right, let's open that front door and get all the loose stuff out. Tape, the box of parts, the foam on top. First, you'll spot 2 screws holding the AMS unit with bright red arrows pointing right at them. Take those out and lift the AMS right out. Below that, you'll find 4 more screws holding down the platform. And finally, you gotta hunt down 3 more screws securing the main gantry. Oh, and don't forget to gently pull the cardboard off the tool head and snag the little piece of foam hiding in the back. That's the poop chute. Okay, listen up, because this is a really important non-intuitive step. You're going to see a big piece of foam right under the metal build plate. Every instinct in your body will tell you to yank it out. Don't do it. Just leave it there for now. I promise, during the first calibration, the machine will lift the bed all the way up and you can just slide the foam out effortlessly. Trust the process on this one. We are so close. Go ahead and grab the screen, be super gentle connecting that ribbon cable, and then just slide the screen into its mount. Now, place the AMS right on top of the printer. You'll connect the white tube and a couple of cables in the back. It's all really straightforward. And one last thing. Open up the AMS, find those desiccant packs, and tear them out of their sealed plastic bags. That's what activates them to keep your filament nice and dry. This is it, the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time to plug this machine in, hit that power button, and let it wake up and introduce itself. The on-screen wizard is unbelievably quick. You'll power it on, pick your language and region, connect to your Wi-Fi, then you'll just open the Bamboo Handy app on your phone, scan a QR code, and boom, the printer's linked to your account. From there, you just tap Calibrate, and it does the rest. Now, a quick heads up. That first calibration is going to sound wild. You're going to hear a ton of loud vibrations, shaking. It sounds pretty intense. Do not panic. This is 100% normal. The printer is literally shaking itself to measure its own vibrations so it can cancel them out later and print at insane speeds. Just let it do its thing. Okay, this little sequence right here is going to save you so many headaches. After that first calibration is done, the printer is almost definitely going to ask for a firmware update. Go ahead and install it, but, and this is the key, as soon as the update is finished, you need to go into the Utilities menu and run a full calibration all over again. This makes sure the printer is perfectly tuned to the new software. So many people miss this step. So, the printer is calibrated, it's updated, it's ready to go. Now it's time to load up some filament and get acquainted with the software that turns our digital dreams into physical things, Bamboo Studio. You're going to love how simple loading the AMS is. You just drop a spool into any open slot. At the entry point, you push this little gray tab back and then feed the filament in just maybe an inch or so. The AMS will literally grab it and pull the rest of the way in by itself. And if you're using Bamboo's filament, it even reads an RFID tag and knows exactly what color and type it is. How cool is that? Pay close attention to the slide, because this is one of the most important things you need to know. For common filaments like PLA or PETG, you actually want the front door open or the top lid off. This lets heat escape, because if the chamber gets too warm, the filament can soften in the tube and cause a nasty clog. But for materials like ABS or ASA, you need the opposite. Keep it all closed up to trap the heat in and stop your print from warping. Inside Bamboo Studio, you're mostly going to live in 2 main tabs. Think of the Prepare tab as your digital workshop. This is where you bring in your models, arrange them on the build plate, and pick all your settings like quality and strength. Then, when you hit that Slice button, you jump over to the Preview tab. This is like the final blueprint. It shows you the exact path the printer's nozzle is going to take, layer by painstaking layer. It is awesome for spotting any issues before you waste a single gram of filament. All right, the hardware is done. The software is ready. The filament is loaded. This is it. This is the moment of truth. Let's actually print something. The absolute easiest way to start is with one of the models that's already built into the printer. On the screen, just tap the little folder icon. You'll see some files in there, like the classic Benchy boat. Just pick one, make sure the printer is set to use the filament color you loaded, and for this very first print, leave all those calibration boxes checked. Then, you get to press that glorious print button. So you might be wondering, what are those checkboxes actually doing before the print starts? Well, bed leveling is making sure that first layer has a perfect foundation to stick to. Flow calibration does this really cool little test pattern to fine-tune exactly how much plastic comes out, giving you super clean lines. And time-lapse? Well, that's the fun one. It uses the camera to make one of those amazing videos of your print magically appearing. Here's a brilliant tip from the user community, especially when you're printing with PLA. Instead of taking the whole glass lid off, just flip it over. The little latch handle creates this perfect gap that lets just enough heat escape to prevent clogs, but it still keeps dust and stuff from falling in. It's such a simple but genius little trick. Okay, you have officially conquered the basics. Now let's dive into a few pro tips, just some wisdom from people who've been using these machines for a while. That'll help you avoid some of those common beginner mistakes. This right here is probably the most misunderstood thing that comes in the box. You see a glue stick and you think, oh, this is to make my print stick better, right? Wrong. It's the exact opposite. On these build plates, things can stick too well, and you can actually damage the surface trying to pry your print off. The glue stick acts as a release agent. It creates this tiny, invisible layer that makes it easier to pop your finished print off safely. Here are 4 quick things I want you to do this week. First, take that build plate to the sink and give it a good wash with warm water and regular old dish soap. It'll get rid of any oils from the factory. Second, from now on, try your best not to touch the print surface with your fingers. Third, make your very next print the scraper model that's already on the printer. And finally, in Bamboo Studio, find the view settings and switch to orthogonal view. It gets rid of the perspective and makes it way easier to see if your model is actually flat on the bed. So, there you have it. You've gone from a sealed box to a beautiful, successful first print. You've got the machine, you've got the knowledge. The only real question left is, what are you going to create? What's the first amazing, cool, or useful thing you're going to make that really pushes the limits of what this machine can do? The possibilities are pretty much endless.